Welcome back to rTech. In today's video, we have two exciting new EDC flashlights. These are the Oclip Pros and these are in brand new colors. Let's review it. We're going to check it out and do some testing as always. Welcome back. I'd like to thank Oclip a lot to send two of these, and these are in two brand new colors. So one's a white and one's called the Ancient Script. So both look amazing, and I think you're going to like the way these look when I actually unbox them. So the packaging is nice this time. It's actually white as compared to traditional black which we usually get. Nothing much written on the box. There's not much of information. So it's just talking about where it's made and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just a plain nice white box, just like what you get on some of the high-end phones like Apple and stuff like that. And honestly, the packaging is very similar to how Apple does their packaging for the iPhones. I'll show you why in a second. You can see this pull tab over here. So this is new with Oclips, and I'm just showing you how cool it is to open this. So you pull that flap off, and then all you need to do is just take off a tape over here, and you should be good to go in just a second. There you go. So this flap actually opens, and there's a nice little pull bin over there with a nice little flap, yellow flap. And the moment you do that, you get a warning card and a welcome card at the back, which kind of welcomes you to the Oclip family. And it's very nice of them to send that. There's also a user manual, a nice paper user manual. Now these can get very descriptive, we'll see that in the end. And then you also have a small, probably 0.5 meter Type-C charging cable, Type A to Type-C, and that's protected as well. And the best part is the flashlight's actually behind this. It's reverse. And we have opened the Ancient Script version of this little EDC. And nothing much in the box other than that. So it's packed with nice little plastic. So you can see this particular EDC, the Oclip Pro with Ancient Script markings over there. And these are beautiful. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll leave links for all these in the description. And this is the typical setup. You have a nice clip-on back with the magnet attached to it at the bottom. And you can see there's a nice flap for your USB-C charging port over there. And that's also metallic, by the way. 3 headlamp setup. You have a red light, you have a focus lamp, and you have a floodlight setup here. And of course the toggle buttons at the side, which also has a battery indicator in between, which shows you the amount of battery based on the color it has. So red is actually low battery, and you always have to charge it when you open it. And that magnetic clip at the back is pretty useful. And this one's really lightweight, and this retails for about $30, I guess, in the market right now. And this is the Pro. This is the Pro along with the Ultra. I'm sorry. So I reviewed this sometime back, and you can see the difference. And this has got UV light, of course, and the build quality is different. So this one uses 6061, whereas the Ultra uses OAL, so it's 3 times stronger than what you're seeing on the Oclip Pro. So both are fantastic, but of course there is slight strength involved in that Ultra flashlight. Just wanted to give you a good look at the difference between the two, and it's about $10 more. And in terms of brightness, not much of a difference, but yeah, a few lumens here and there. But yeah, this is a fantastic looking EDC. So let's do the same thing with the other light as well, right? So this one's the white color, of course. Again, I'm pulling up the tab, and then this part was a little confusing, but then all you have to do is just slip in your hand there, and you'll actually get to that actual opening over there. So it's got a little bit of tape over there. And again, you have this nice little pull tray. And this is again the welcome note, and you can just put that to the side, and it's just give you some sort of warning saying that it's lithium battery and stuff like that. Manual, of course. And the small little cable there for you to actually charge it. And then, of course, there is your favorite EDC in white color. So this one's the Pro. Again, it's the same series, but this is the white color. Again, this looks very beautiful, right? And this is again very nicely built. Just show you side by side both of these. So that's the Ancient Script along with the white, and they look so gorgeous, right? And they're so tiny and really practical for you to actually use them in different situations. Which one's your favorite? I mean, this stands out, of course, this Ancient Script, but the white has its own charm, right? And anyway, so let's see the functionality. So this is the focus beam, and it's pretty powerful, to be honest. About throwing the focus beam here in this one is actually less powerful than your floodlight. So this throws out about 380 lumen. The floodlight's actually very powerful on turbo mode, gives you about 500 odd lumens. And the spotlight though has nice beam around it, and there's the red light, which is also really cool, and it's also got two different modes. There are other options in this as well. I mean, very well, it's got multiple modes like beacon mode and your strobe mode, and double clicking gives you turbo mode in any of those lighting options like your floodlight or your focus light, and that's the beacon mode on the red light. So I'm just playing with it, but yes, this is awesome. Just need to charge these batteries, and just before we do that, let's have a closer look at these beautiful little EDCs. Shall we? Okay, here you go.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard, and I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious.
Another little detail I wanted to show you was that on the Olight Pro, you can see that the button color is actually different. So it's actually contrasting to the color which is on the actual EDC. Every detail is so finely captured. For example, these engravings for the different type of lights over here, they're actually perfect. I mean, these are built to last, and these are actually IPX6, which means you can actually immerse them in water and it should be fine. And even that USB port is waterproof even with the flap open. So that much of detail. What about that clip and that magnet? Well, see for yourself.
We're reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard, and I wonder where you are.
You can even clip it on and make your own desk lamp with this one, and it works beautifully, right? And these things are so light, you can actually hang it on your ear and the clip doesn't hurt. I mean, that's so well thought of. Just trying to put the Ultra in between to show you the difference on how they look when you look at it. So of course the rounded edges on the Pros are much easier to hold. Of course the Ultra's got its own positives and that strong aluminum material, but other than that, I think all three look really good. So anyway, the build quality on this one also doesn't look that bad because this one's aluminum. And let's talk about charging now. So it can charge with any Type-C USB port from a regular charger, and you can see that the light actually blinks over there. 580 milliamp battery, charges in about 1.5 hours. So that's pretty good. So let's just go through the lighting section of this one, and I just want to show you how this looks about, say, 20 feet away from me. So this is the focus beam, and then this one's actually, if you notice, this is the moonlight mode probably. Let me increase the brightness. So this is probably mid and high. And what happens if you double click? That's the turbo mode, and this is doing about close to 300 plus, 350 lumens. I'll put more details on the side over here. So this is our 350 lumens of brightness. And let's move to the next mode. So this is full turbo mode on the floodlight mode, and you can see how bright this gets, right? So this is throwing out about 500 plus lumens, 500 to 550 if I'm not wrong. And then let's bring it down, and then you can see that the red light has two modes. So when you double click the red light, you can see that it actually turns on the brightness pretty strong, and even though it's red, it's quite powerful. So the floodlight actually lights up quite a lot of area. This is the turbo mode, of course, and it won't last you too long if you keep this in full brightness, and it does get a little warm, but you can see how much of area it lights up. Let me switch on the focus mode, and this focus beam mode is really good in terms of the beam focus, and you can see, let me just probably pan out over here. So you can see those buildings there about 150 feet away, but it still lights up pretty decently. And this is a really good focus beam for such a small little light. So there is a strobe mode, of course, and there's a beacon mode. If you look at the crazy run times, on turbo mode, it can do 1.5 hours, and on moonlight mode, 6 days. So when you actually open the user manual, it's as big as a nice little newspaper, to be honest. Just using some additional light to show you how detailed this is. And this is as detailed as what we saw on the Ultra as well. On sale, these Oclips are retailing for about $32. So if you like the video so far, do hit the like button, subscribe. I mean, I've got more videos coming up from different EDC makers, and thank you so much for watching again. And I'll leave all links for these products in the description below. Once again, share it with your friends, and thank you so much for watching.